Hello you all, it's Agnes coming to you with the project that we've done live, but I thought it was just too cool not to recycle. So let's make a pumpkin out of the burlap. As you can see, I do have all different sort of burlap colors, burlap ribbon colors, and I do have some felt, I do have some wooden slices, but we'll just simply find out what we're going to use as the project progresses. So I do have a little template that I've cut ahead of the that video. This is sort of like a spiky leaf on both sides. So it's around 12 inches long. So directions are super easy. All what we need to do is just measure that length 6 times because our pumpkin is going to be constructed out of the 6 strips of the burlap ribbon. That was quick, right? All what I need to do now is cut the shape, and the easiest way is to simply fold your burlap ribbon in half and just simply cut the corners, create those spiky edges. No special curves needed, just simply like you will be cutting a wide triangle. And that's it, that's done too. So now let's bring the hot glue to action and try to glue the edges. Gluing it from each point, spiky point to another. And of course, I like to leave maybe less than a half an inch of edging on each side of the strip just to give additional interest to our soon to build pumpkin. As you can see is that I glued my portion in in a set of 2. That will actually make our life much easier with the next step. Okay, just like that, that is also done. So now let's connect those pieces together and make sure that when you do those connections, they are glued in the same manner to expose that edge that we left it off gluing the sets the same way. Say as you don't rush that process, so you don't have to reattach to your pieces twice. As you can see is I'm having a trouble at some points figuring out which way my sets go together, but it is a doable. Don't get discouraged. Hooray! And it's finally done. Now it's time to glue the last portion and move on to another step. In this step, we are going to be actually trying to create the stem to our pumpkin. So, and of course, additional detail that will make our pumpkin even more interesting. Okay, so let's flip our pumpkin upside down. I mean, inside out, not upside down. And leave the exposed edge on the inside of it. And I like to actually, in this process, use raffia. Even though I did try to use a little bit of the twine, but it was just too close to the color of my burlap. So I am just putting a grouping of twine together. And then I'm going to just simply insert right inside my pumpkin. Don't forget to tie a knot at the end of the raffia so everything stays together. So here I go. I'm inserting my piece of raffia right from the inside because whatever you see right now, it is going to be inside of our pumpkin. I like to give a few seconds for the hot glue to dry and of course chat with you and then flip my pumpkin back to the area where I did have the exposed edges, the ones that we were gluing together. I actually forgot to mention to you that I've actually collected 6 pieces of raffia, together because I do want those pieces to go alongside. But again, that's another note. Make sure that you do have 6 pieces of raffia or 6 pieces of twine. Okay, so now it's time to stuff our pumpkin up. Of course, I am going to use the polyfill, but you can use anything. You can put the old t-shirts in there, whatever you wish to stuff your pumpkin with to make it sort of a nice shape. Okay, so I think I'm happy with how everything looks. My raffia is nicely attached in there, and I've actually checked if it's going to be long enough for my panels to reach the top of my pumpkin, and I think I'm all set. But I just wanted to do the trial here. But of course, to make my life easier, I do like those panels or those portions of the pumpkins to be attached properly. So I'm going to bring a piece of those wooden slices and try to simply glue them all together to the top of the pumpkin to start to form my stem. Okay, so now I just have to sort of play with the blacks and attach them together as close as I can to the width, and then insert in the middle, glue it all together, pull my raffia right in the middle, and then I think it's going to be done. But when you're going to be pulling raffia, you really don't have to worry about being right in the center because we can for sure adjust that later. It takes a little bit of the maneuvering here and there, but as you can see, everything comes all nicely together. So all what I did was I just twist my raffia right on the top, wrap around my just freshly made stem, and I think, of course, gotta secure this with the hot glue, and I think now we can start to concentrate on decorating portion of our pumpkin. When all is secured right on the top, this is a good idea right now to sort of shift those raffia pieces right sort of in the center of each panel and put it together to create additional sections. So that means is our pumpkin made out of the 6 burlap strips is now a pumpkin of 12. How cool is that? Don't you think so? Now look at this. The more you push, the more you pull, the bigger of those little cushions and little bumps are there. I absolutely love it. Looks literally from the top as you're looking at it, I like a little flower. I am actually wondering if I should cut the longer pieces of the raffia right on the top, but I've actually changed my mind and I'm going to keep it as a portion of my pumpkin. All what I needed to do is just add additional slices of wood to build up my stem so it is visible, because obviously you know me, if you follow me for some time, I am going to be trying to decorate this with the flowers. And of course, here comes another hard decision. Yes, you could use the sunflower that you see right here would have been perfect. That's one of the beautiful pics from Walmart. I could have actually made it myself too. I was wondering if maybe I should do a coffee filter flowers or use that pick. But guess what? I just recently found a piece of jeans in my house and I decided to use that and make a flower. I'm not going to make any complicated flower. I'm just going to go for the simpler ones. As you can see is I've cut the piece of my leg from the jeans and just simply fringed, as I always start with those flowers. That is usually the heart of my flowers. So look what I'm doing. Fold it in half and cutting it not all the way through, leaving maybe a half an inch right to the edge, not cut. And then again, this is the simplest ever flower. And all what I'm going to do is just simply roll it back up with the hot glue. When you actually roll this flower up, I like to stay right to the edge of the whole strip, just so the fringe is actually creating itself a nice. It opens up and create a nice bulky flower. How cool that flower came out. How beautifully it is complementing this whole burlap assembly. I actually feel that this is a match made in heaven over here. Don't you think so? I am actually so glad that I've made that out of the jeans. So now I feel like that I do wanted to add a little bit more of a variation to my flower and decided to create, another fringe, another detail out of the my daughter jeans. So there are two options. You could actually try to, like I'm doing it right now, scoop it up and house the flower inside. But I feel that it is going to not to be as interesting. So I decided to cut another strip of the jeans in a different shade and create a fringe, but this time it is an open fringe. So that means is I am not really folding anything, just simply cutting it all along. And all what I'm going to just do is attach that fringe right to the base of my flower that I just made earlier. And I really feel, and I'm already liking it, what I see here. It does look actually pretty cool. I just need to build up the stem a little bit and obviously to make sure that stem is visible. So now look at me. I'm going back to the drawing board and I'm going to add a little bit more of an interest and create a couple of leaves right out of the same color as the center of my flower. And that's pretty easy. So all what it goes right underneath and we all good. As you know, the jean is not going to hold it, straight, and I really do not want it to deal with the Match Patch right now. So I did have a floral wire right on my table, so I decided to glue the edges together, and now look how beautifully this leaf is going to fold. So now, since I only have one leaf, I have to quickly cut out a second one. Obviously, from the remaining piece, it's not going to be the same size, but it is going to be a leaf. So the same story, adding a little bit of the floral wire right in there, closing it the flap, and it's done. That was like really fast made leaf right there. Okay, let's put them all together and see how this play out. And I have to tell you, it was actually a pretty good idea that I've added that little bit of the wire in it because I can move and shape the leaf the way I want it. Super happy with this whole ensemble. So I cannot wait for you to see shortly the pictures. You will be thinking I am done with this, but guess what? I am going to bring a little bit of the whimsical, and I was trying so badly to add my gold touch right to the top of the stem, but I think I forgot about it. So a little bit of the lace ribbon, a little bit of the moss, and I am actually completely satisfied with the overall look, and I'm ready for the photo shoot. And I've actually feel is that sunflower would have been also good, but I do love my Jean flower a lot. Here it goes, a little close up on the pumpkin we just made together. Don't you think it looks beautiful? Look at those little sections right there pulled up by the raffia right in the middle. And I really hope that I did inspire you, and I'm so glad that I brought this pumpkin back to life, and I really hope that I inspired you to make one for yourself. And if you did enjoy, please don't forget to sprinkle. Thanks for watching. Bye.